So Peyton and I met when I was 18 and he was 20. We met over Tinder. We had both gotten out of pretty serious relationships and we were both on this dating app, just kind of for fun, not really looking for anything like a relationship. We just wanted new people to talk to.
The first time I actually wanted to come see her was when she had her wisdom teeth removed, but she didn't let me because she was just like, oh, my cheeks are puffed up, and I was telling her, oh, you'd be like a cute chipmunk or something, and I wish I could come see you. But that ended up not happening. The first time that we actually met was December 18th, 2014. That day, well, I'll remember that for the rest of my life, and I had a plan for what we were gonna do, and she didn't know. My plan was to take her out to eat, to go see the Hunger Games, and what she knew about, and then the third thing was, after all of that, I was gonna take her to see some Christmas lights around my hometown that are really popular. It's kind of like a country Christmas type thing, and they're beautiful.
So after dinner, in the movie, he told me that he had a surprise for me. And I was like, you have a surprise for me? Like, what? This is our first date? Like, I don't know you and you have a surprise for me? But okay, that's fine. So he was like, okay, but you have to close your eyes and I'm gonna take you there, and when we get there, I'll let you open your eyes. And I was like, okay, this sounds really weird, but okay, I'll go along with it, why not?
I told her, you know, we're going somewhere special, like, I can't tell you where it is. So she started becoming a little bit nervous because, I mean, she just met a guy from Tinder. It was her first date, you know. Who wouldn't be nervous? I mean, to be honest, I mean, it seemed maybe a little sketchy to her. We get to that festival and she opens her eyes when we're going down the road, and she's just like in awe. And we go around the lights, the houses and everything, and I show her around because I've been there for many years, and this was obviously her first time. And we took pictures with Santa, and we and some other stuff, but it was really fun. And that's been a tradition ever since we first started dating. We have went to that Christmas festival. We've done that same tradition over and over again. When I truly fell in love with her was one time she came over to my house. We watched Game of Thrones, and we drew tattoos on each other. And just that day, just our interactions with each other, I could just tell that I was really falling in love with this girl. And it was just one of the most amazing experiences of my life. It was just great. And so throughout the years, we've just had so much love for each other and kindness.
Most of our relationship has actually been long distance. I go to college in Roanoke, Virginia, and he goes to college in Daneville, Virginia. So it's like about a 2-hour difference between them. So a lot of our relationship was texting, calling, FaceTime, like see you on the weekends, things like that. But honestly, I think it really made our relationship strong because we weren't around each other all the time. And the time that we did spend together, like, it was special to both of us. And we used to plan out dates and, you know, just do like really cool things because, you know, we didn't get to see each other a lot. This past year, we actually moved in with my parents to save a little bit of money because we're planning on getting an apartment soon. And since moving in with my parents, the question of marriage came up. It was kind of a funny thing. Like, I would always ask him, like, every single day, okay, like, when are you gonna propose? You gotta tell me. And of course he's like, no, of course I'm not gonna tell you, but it'll be soon. And I always got that answer, and I was like, okay, like, is it gonna be this year? And he was like, yes, it'll be sometime this year. And I'm like, okay, like what month? And he's like, I'm not gonna tell you what month, Krista. I'm like, okay, is it like before I graduate? And he's like, I'm not telling you. And I was like, okay, can you just make me a deal? And he was like, okay, what? And I said, can you at least tell me if it's going to be before June? And he was like, okay, it's going to be before June. I was like, okay, cool. Well, Peyton and I planned a trip to Linville Falls in North Carolina because we both love hiking, and we wanted to take this trip as kind of like a getaway for our senior year, like we're about to graduate. In the back of my mind, I was like, maybe Peyton will propose to me on this trip, but I wasn't getting my hopes up because like he's such a busy person, like with work and school. Like sometimes I don't know how he handles both because he's in nursing school and I know it's just crazy. So I was like, I know he hasn't had time to, you know, pick out a ring or talk to my parents or anything like that. So I wasn't getting my hopes up.
For all of this was going on, I was actually, you know, planning on proposing to her on this trip. The day before our trip, I actually, Krista was at work, and I was here at the house, and I asked Krista's parents for her hand in marriage, and they knew I was going to be proposing to her, but they didn't know when or where or anything, and they didn't know it was going to be on this trip. So I wanted to ask them the night before because I know Krista's parents would be so excited that they wouldn't be able to really hold it in for very long. So I made sure that I did it, you know, kind of close, which very close because we were going on the trip the next day. But thankfully, you know, they didn't spoil the surprise or anything. So it was the day before, and then we ended up going on our trip. But the first day we went on tons of hikes. We went on, I think it was close to nine hikes, I think, somewhere around there. But we did about 9 hikes, and you know, I told her that I wanted to take some pictures that night because I wanted us to be a little bit dressed up and just have some family pictures of me, her, and Kaya, our dog. What I did was, when we went outside to take some pictures, obviously Krista had no idea that I was going to be proposing to her. I just told her I wanted to take some pictures, and she wanted to take them as well, so it wasn't really suspicious or anything. So we went down below their deck. They had a swing, and we sat in that swing and we filmed the sunset. You know, it was crazy because what I was wearing, I actually had the ring in my vest pocket right here, and so I was trying to like keep that covered, and she never saw it, thankfully. But I had it in my vest pocket, and I was like, oh man, I hope she doesn't see it or anything. And so it was just crazy. We went upstairs to the balcony or the deck, and we started taking some pictures and everything. You know, we took a few, and then Krista went and grabbed the camera, and she was like, okay, let's go inside, let's have our dinner and everything. And so I was like, no, I want to take one more because, you know, I want to make sure I got like some good pictures of the sunset and everything. And she was like, oh, okay. So we had the camera there, and I put it on record. I went up to the camera, I put it on record. I was like, Krista, stay in right here for just a second. I want to get it set back up again. So I set up the camera again, and then we started taking some pictures. And just before like she started walking away or anything, I grabbed her and took her by the hand.
my god. What the heck, babe? You completely surprised me. Oh my god, I'm so shocked right now. I'm shaking.
I am too, trust me.
I like felt your heartbeat. I was like, what is he scared about? Oh my god, that is so crazy. I love it. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. I'm freaking out.
Why?
I don't know, like I just didn't see this coming at all. Like what the heck? Like what did you do? Like what? Oh my god.
She is the star of my life. She is the best woman ever. She completes me, and I'm so happy that I get to spend the rest of my life and I get to marry her. She is the best person in the world, and I couldn't ask for a better fiance, and I'm so glad that I get to call her that now, because she is honestly the girl of my dreams, and I cannot wait to marry this girl. Krista and I are so happy. We are the happiest engaged couple that we could be. And I know she's happy because she's been waiting on it for 3 years, and well, it's now 3 months, but it happened right after 3 years and 2 months.
Yeah.
So I know she's so happy, and we're ready for the next chapter of our lives, which is going to be moving and us both having real adult jobs. So after that chapter, you know, we'll probably be going back to college and getting our master's.
And having babies.
Yeah, I know. Crazy.
So we're just really excited, and we wanted to just say thank you for watching this video and just sharing this memory with us. And thank you for all the love and support that you have shown both of us.
Mm-hmm. Thank you all.
And now we gotta plan a wedding.
I know. Yay. You can do that. I did all the hard part, right?
I love you.
Love you.